Tonight, we're getting a new perspective of the moment a Minneapolis police officer shot 2 family pets in a homeowner's backyard.
We've edited down portions of that video that a lot of people might find too disturbing to look at. The body cam shows that the officer's point of view while he was responding to a burglary alarm on July 8th. This all happened at 38th and Queen Avenue North. As Rachel Slavic shows us, despite the camera, the dog's owners still have questions for police about how the shooting unfolded.
Video from a body camera shows an emotional exchange between 18-year-old Courtney Livingston and Officer Michael Mays.
Are they A-okay? Are they?
I have blood all over my house. They're both walking that I know.
Okay. Okay.
Minutes before, Officer Mays fired his weapon when he encountered the family's 2 pets in the backyard.
Hey, I'm gonna sit there and say sorry right now because I don't like shooting no dogs. I love dogs, and so it's unfortunate.
Sirach ran out first, stopped, and walked slowly towards the officer wagging his tail when the gun goes off. The second dog, Rocco, runs out and is also hit. Rocco goes out of frame. Sirach is seen struggling to get away.
Rocco physically is probably at 75%, emotionally and mentally. He's not there.
In a press conference, the dog's owner, Jennifer LeMay, and her attorney questioned the officer's response to a security alarm call.
The reasonable question is, well, why didn't you just ask her if the alarm was legitimate?
They also pointed to a section of muted video on the body camera. The police report describes the dog growling, though there's no sound to hear the encounter.
Sirach didn't growl. Sirach didn't bark. He didn't even curl his lips. Being a muted video, you would see if a dog is growling. You're going to see their teeth.
It is new perspective on a call that ultimately left LeMay's pets with lasting injuries.
They need to assume responsibility. They need further training.
Now, Minneapolis police have offered to help pay for some of the vet bills, and the chief said there would be additional training. They have not given details on why the sound was off for the beginning of that call. We did reach out to them several times today. The dogs are expected to recover, and if you do want to see the full video for yourself, it is on our website, WCCO.com.
Rachel, do you know how far it is from where the dog stopped and is wagging its tail and that object's on the ground? How far that dog is from that police officer?
You know, they didn't go into details on that, but that yard, in perspective, it wasn't a massive yard. It was a fenced-in area that you could clearly see to the end from the home to the fence.
All right, thanks.
Yep, I dispatched both of them. I know. Shoot. Yeah, I'm out. What's going on, man? 421, Star Supervisor at this location, please. Hey, Letty, I'm going to 39th, walking northbound through the mouth of the alley. I'm at 39th and Queen. And Letty, there's a lady that came running out screaming on the phone. So there was somebody inside. Copy.
She lives here, she's a tenant.
I was gonna get her info. Hi, ma'am. You live here?
Yeah.
Your back door was wide open?
I guess I didn't know you guys were coming. I put in the wrong alarm code, I guess, and my mom was supposed to call you guys. So I figured she called you guys. I didn't know you guys were coming.
No, it's okay. It's okay. The thing is, you know.
I know.
I know.
I just didn't know you guys were coming. I didn't know my door was
Hey, I'm gonna sit there and say sorry right now because I don't like shooting no dogs. I love dogs, and so it's unfortunate. Are they a-okay? Are they?
I have blood all over my house. Okay. They're both walking that I know of.
Okay. Okay. Did he explained to you about the alarm call?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I put in a 0917 on my alarm code, and I guess that was something to trigger you guys to come here, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's usually the code my mom has for everything, and I literally haven't even been home for an hour. I just got home from Apple River. And I put in the alarm code and it wasn't working, so I called my mom and she said, no, that signals the police, I'll call you back. And I figured she called you guys because it's happened before.
Okay.
So I had no idea you guys were coming here.
I know this
Did you
sucks.
get her name and everything, miss?
No, I thought you did.
No, I thought to. I can get it.
Yeah. Turn off body camera.
Body cam shows cowardly cop trespass, shoot docile dogs wagging their tails. The same department that killed Justine Damond was seen on body camera footage shooting 2 family dogs for no reason. By Matt Agarist, July 21, 2017. Minneapolis, Minnesota. A new perspective has come forth from a gruesome dog shooting by a Minneapolis police officer earlier this month. While the surveillance footage of the shooting was graphic enough, the newly released body camera footage shows this officer shooting a happy, submissive, and docile dog for absolutely no reason other than irrational fear. The LeMay family were camping in Wisconsin when 2 of the children, both teenage girls, 13 and 18, wanted to come home early because the elder had to get back to work at a local fast food restaurant. They arrived home at around 8:50 p.m. Saturday, but when they did, they accidentally triggered their own security alarm. The security company was notified that it was a false alarm, and the alarm was cancelled at 8:54. But police were already on their way to the LeMay residence. One of the 2 responding officers stayed in the front yard while another officer scaled the 7-feet-high fence in the back. As the officer trespassed onto the family's property despite the alarm call being cancelled, he met Cisco and Rocco. From the video, the officer can be seen drawing his weapon as the dog slowly approached, while Cisco, one of the family's 2 Staffordshire Terriers, is seen wagging his tail. The officer didn't kneel or offer an extended hand for Cisco to smell him. He cowardly pointed his gun at the dog and fired. Cisco wasn't even charging at the officer when he was shot. Rocco came just as quickly, and he, too, was hit with the officer's spray of bullets. Advertisement. Read more. Dog rescuer visited by Homeland Security for making Facebook posts about cops shooting dogs. The officer then did what he probably should have done before he shot. As the 2 dogs were bleeding and badly injured, the officer jumped back over the fence. After the shooting, LeMay posted the footage from her surveillance cameras to Facebook, which quickly went viral. While it did show Cisco slowly approach the officer, the first video is not as graphic as the body camera footage below, as it doesn't show exactly how submissive and non-threatening the dog actually was. The 13-year-old saw her dogs get shot by a so-called officer of the peace, and was surely traumatized. The officer who was in the front of the home then did what he should have done in the beginning. He knocked on the front door. The reasonable question is, why didn't you just ask her if the alarm was legitimate? Attorney Mike Patton said, pointing out that all the cop had to do was knock on the door, especially considering the fact that the alarm was cancelled. As WCCO reports, they also pointed to a section of muted video on the body camera. The police report describes the dog growling, though there's no sound to hear the encounter. Sirach didn't growl, didn't bark. He didn't even curl his lips. Being a muted video, you'd see his teeth, LeMay said. The LeMays said the officers told them not to transport the dogs to the hospital because animal control would be coming over to get them, but they never came. Later that night, they were able to get the pets the much-needed surgery and medical care they should have gotten immediately following the shooting. Read more. Exclusive. Good cop saves dog, gave it back to family. Days later, different cop kills it. The family spent thousands on surgery to save the dog's lives, and a GoFundMe page raised over $35,000 to help her pay for, since the police department did not immediately offer assistance. However, since the first video received so much coverage, the department said they'd be willing to pay some of the vet bills. They need to assume responsibility. They need further training, LeMay said. Below is the unedited entire clip from the officer's body camera. Warning, it is graphic. Exactly what they are teaching officers to fear at the Minneapolis Police Department is not clear. However, given this body cam and the recent murder of Justine Damond, who was unarmed and in her pajamas when Officer Knorr, from the same department, shot her, Minneapolis cops would do well to learn some courage.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago. And so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too, because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.